At some point with your finished movies or your work, you may have to create bars and tone to appear at the beginning of your movie. And I think minimally, you'll probably want to start off with some duration of a black video clip, whether it's a 1 second clip or 10 seconds of black at the beginning. Either way, let me show you how to create both of those. And I'll start off with creating a black clip. So I'll navigate over to the word file here at the top menu, mouse click on file, select new, and then I'll navigate over to, there's bars and tone, which we'll come back to in a minute, but there's black video. When I select that, a little pop-up window appears, confirm the resolution, frame rate, and the pixel, which all of these should be correct. And then you select OK. Now, your black video clip will show up over here, depending on what you had selected. I happen to have my video clips bin selected, so it showed up in that bin. If I didn't, it would have showed up outside of the bin. But here it is. I could simply click on this and drag it down into my sequence if I want. But I'm going to park it in my source window instead because I want to perform an insert edit. So with my playhead parked in the right spot, which is the beginning, of course, I want to make sure my source, which is what this is represented, is linked to the correct track. And then I'll simply click on the insert button up here in my source window. Boom, there it goes. And the clip, which is black, was sent down to my sequence right before the beginning of the first clip. Now I can change the duration a couple of different ways. If I navigate up here to my toolbar, I can select the ripple tool. Then I'll go to the tail of this clip. Notice how I get a yellow flat arrow. It's pointing to the left, which is the direction I want to trim this in. I'll mouse click and drag this over. And notice the gray window at the bottom there. It tells me the duration, which I'm down to 103. Let's go to 1 second even. And then I also get a little preview up in the program window. It's not going to show me much, but that's there. But anyway, I'll let this go. And there we go. Everything just moved over. I've got 1 second of black. Now let me undo that by pushing the Command Z key or keys on my keyboard, and on a PC it's Control Z. Without the ripple tool in my hand, I'll get the my selection tool. I can control click or right click on this clip, right? So I'll do that now, and I can navigate to the speed duration option. There it is. And then I can simply type in the duration that I want. Now, let's say I want to change that from 5 to 1 second. So I simply type in 1.00, and I may want to select this option here, ripple or shift the timeline clips inward, because I'm changing, I'm shortening. Even if I was lengthening, I would want this. So I'll click on that. I'll select OK, and now everything moves according to the new duration that I created for this black clip. Okay, with that said, I'll park my play here at the beginning of my sequence. I'll navigate back up to the word file so that we can create bars and tone. So I'll select bars and tone. There it is. And same thing for bars and tone, except you'll now get an audio sample rate option, right? I'd leave it on 48 or whatever matches your sequence. Then I'll select OK. And then you'll notice here in your project tab that bars and tone will appear. So I want to work on this, and let's do this first. I'll drag it over into my source window. So I'll mouse click and drag, and there it is. Now these look like SMPTE bars to me. They don't look like field-based bars, which is good. You want SMPTE bars. And now that it's here, there's a couple things I can do. I can insert edit this if I want, or simply drag it down into my sequence. Now insert edit is easy as long as your playhead's in the right spot and your source is linked to the right target or location track. But I want to drag this down. So if I drag this down like this and I let it go right now, it'll perform an override edit, right? Which I don't want to do. So I'm going to hold the Command key down on my keyboard. And on a PC, it would be Control key. And what that will do is, do you see those little arrows pointing to the right? Once I push down the appropriate key on my keyboard, I'll let everything go. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try it again. See, that's one of the nuances of editing. Sometimes things work and they don't, so I just undid it. I'll try it again. I'll drag this down. I'll hold the Command key down, let it go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And that's the reality of editing. Sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. You just have to pay attention. So I just did an insert edit, and everything moved over to the right. And I may want my bars and tone. There we go. There's my tone, so I'm glad that's there. I'll change the duration of this by control clicking on it or right clicking on it and selecting this option, duration, and then I can type in the whatever duration I want. So I may want 10 seconds. I'll make sure ripple edit is checked. I'll select OK, and boom, I now have 10 seconds of black. I have 10 seconds of bars and tone, 1 second of black, and then it goes into my first clip within my sequence. So that's how you create bars and tone. That's how you create a black matte. And by the way, Premiere treats both of these as video and even audio for the tone. Basically, it's a video clip now. Premiere is just going to create it for you. So lots of good stuff in that lesson. I'm sure you'll utilize at least one of these for just about every project that you may create.